What if I told you that being indigenous in America had nothing to do with blood and everything to do with paperwork? What if the people you call black today were actually the original people of this land, but were legally reclassified, erased, and replaced because they didn't know how to register or file for a patent? You know, the truth is this. In the United States, the government doesn't recognize origin. It recognizes compliance. You know, let's take blood quantum. People think it's a science, a way to measure how native you are by percentage. But blood quantum had nothing to do with blood. It was a bureaucratic tool created by the U.S. government to control tribal populations and phase out indigenous identity on paper over time and replace it with natives. If your family refused to enroll in federal rolls like the Dawes Rolls, which you'll find in this book, Paper Genocide, if you didn't accept U.S. authority or move to a reservation, you were erased, labeled Negro, colored, black, or other. The goal was simple: to shrink the number of Indians eligible for land rights or recognition by rewriting your identity, not your ancestry. And this tactic didn't stop at blood. It applies to names too. So let's take the Seminole tribe of Florida. You know, they are federally recognized and they hold exclusive trademarks on the name Seminole. But let's ask the deeper question. Are they the original Seminoles? Or are they just the ones who made it to the government trademark office first? See, many darker-skinned indigenous families, especially those from maroon communities who resisted capture or refused to be classified, were never given the opportunity to trademark their names and their identity. In the eyes of the U.S., whoever files first, whether in a federal registry, tribal roll, or patent office, gets credit, funding, and status. Meanwhile, those who live the truth get erased, get paper genocided. Let me be clear. Federal recognition is not a validation of who you are. It's a stamp of approval from the same government that tried to eliminate you. Blood quantum was never about ancestry. It was about turning tribal nations into census categories. Trademarks and tribal rolls weren't created to protect you. They were created to manage you. And today, the legacy continues. Many of the dark-skinned people you see labeled Black or African American are actually the descendants of the mound builders, the water protectors, the people who never left. They were just renamed, reclassified, and paper genocided. So, no, we're not Afro-Indigenous. We are indigenous, reclassified. This is about epistemistic justice, about reclaiming your truth, your name, and your lineage, not from ancestry tests or federal registries, but from the voices of your elders and the footsteps of your ancestors. Because in this system, being first doesn't mean being original. It just means you complied. So if your people weren't counted, if they weren't trademarked, if they weren't enrolled, that doesn't mean you're not indigenous. It means your ancestors resisted. And now it's your turn to restore what they refused to surrender. Get this book.